Greetings, everyone. Lumberg here with a quick update on Global Conquest. I apologize for a delay in my videos. I was on vacation. I am back and I'm almost too late for this Global Conquest video, which was I wanted to give a reminder that you should place a cheer. If you're watching this, you know, not within an hour of me publishing, you'll miss it. So I apologize for that. But here you can see that the Global Conquest format has changed. Now our schedule is from World 215 to 315 instead of being Globe 4. We have been combined with the lower half of Globe 3, and we have the upper half of Globe 4. 285, my world being in Globe 4, really did hurt us because we basically are facing harder opponents. Now, we did we were able to qualify, but I don't think that's going to give us much benefit because we're going to get knocked out probably in the first round. So if you look at the preliminary ranking, we barely made it. We ranked 22nd. We placed first once, second once, and third once. So we had some tough matchup, and really it does depend on who you get. So here you can see the rankings. So of course the top 16 will have the semifinals. Here I wanted to highlight, if you haven't done this, a day before the semifinals start, and you can do this again before the final, you have this option to cheer. I've already done it, so I'm just showing this on a farm. Here you can see here's the 4 semifinal matchups. So in this video, I'm just quickly going to talk about who is my matchups, and if you're watching it in time, you'll have it. If you're not, at least it'll help you with some tips about what to look out for in some of these alliances. So we're going to go into this. My picks for Group A is 261, and you can see here when you cheer, you can choose an amount of 50 to 100. If you win, you double. If you lose that gold, right? So for this one, I feel pretty confident, and I'll tell you why. So we will. I just wanted to show you how to cheer. You can see here that you do have a little bit more time. So it is about, looks like 2 hours after reset. So reset's going to happen. So you have until server time 2 o'clock, which is basically when the first round of Global Conquest starts. So you have a little bit of time. So it's not reset. It is 2 hours after reset. So hopefully you guys get a chance to look at this video. And if you've forgotten to cheer, you at least go and cheer. Let me share my picks and tell you why. Here is my picks, and I have I'm basically sharing what I shared with my alliance after I did my research. I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to put together a spreadsheet with all the details and the rankings, so I'll just kind of talk through it. So in Group 1, I had 261. So 261 defeated 286 in round 2. 286 is very strong. They're very competent, but they did get beat, and so that was an even match, and I think that's the reason why I picked them over 286. And then also in round 1, when we played 261, they defeated 231 as well as us. It was a very close one, but they eked out a win. They used, I think they used speeds and heals to win. It just shows intent. These predictions, of course, the caveat and the disclaimer is anybody can win this if they spend enough in speeds and heals. So it's just a matter of finding that many people willing to do it, because the rewards are more bragging rights than really much benefit. So my pick for Group 1 is 261. Not to take anything away from 242, 231, or 286, and of course it can be a close one. Let's move into Group number 2. In Group number 2, this was very tricky. 215 is undefeated. 249 has lost, I believe, once, and they placed third, which was very strange. They placed really low in that match. So 273 has Civil War, which is why they won in Globe 4 the last 2 Global Conquest Championships, but I think that's the end of their run. I do not think they will win this because of that Civil War and probably the unwillingness to work together or coordinate. So it's really between, no offense to 299, but it's going to be very hard for them. But again, the caveat is anybody can win this if they spend enough in heals and speeds. So for 215 and 249 is going to be a pretty tough matchup. Everything indicates to 215 having, being undefeated, having an edge, having more battle power. However, I'm leaning towards 249. I've seen them in action. They're very competent. So if they want to win it, I think they can. Simply because they're very streamlined. They're very well coordinated. 215, the matchups that they've had, the people that they've fought in 215 are not teams that was in the top 16. So I think they're relatively untested. So for my bet, if I had to bet it, it would be on 249 with a slight advantage. This one's going to be close. The last group is the one that we're in, so I'm going to do that last. Let's talk about Group D first. So Group D, 263 is in civil war, so that's going to be automatically out. I think DTF and VVV are in battle. 292 is going to have a tough time as well. So it's really between 219 and 255. Now, 255 in round 3 defeated 219 fairly easily. However, I still picked 219 to win simply because all of their forces are consolidated into the Sin Alliance, right? So 219 basically has defeated 255 in Void, a few times in Frenzy, and even though 255 won round 3, I think that was intentional in the sense that 219 didn't bother really trying that hard. Now Bear did try. We saw him all over the place, burning all our cities, and a big reason why I picked 219 is because basically Bear will, if you look at the rank here and look at the individual, you can see right here, Bear is a monster, right? So he, Ayataka placed number 1, but Bear was, shortly behind him. So I think that will give them an edge. And 219, basically, if Sin wants to try and they try for it, I believe they can defeat 255 because 255 has 4 strong alliances. It has DMZ, I think HOT, Kill. Maybe I'm getting some of the worlds mixed up. Sorry, I've looked at too many worlds today, so pardon that if I've mixed up worlds. But 255 basically has their power split in 4 alliances. That's going to make it hard to compete in the center for the towers. 219 is going to have a problem with, you can see, very, very low battle power. They've killed all of the farmers, pretty lean and synchronized, I guess, with Sin. So that one's going to be a tough one. It's going to be close, but I'm thinking that 219 is going to pull it off basically as long as they really want to and they spend those heals because they're going to have a lot of participation needed to win it, but I think they will. Finally, let's talk about our world. Our world is the toughest matchup, I think, because for us, we have pretty strong nations here and competent nations here, but 246 is basically on another level. 246 is who I would recommend, in terms of if you were betting. However, I can't bet against us, so I'm of course going to pick us to win it. But if you're picking and you don't have any problems with not picking your own world, then I would say that 246 just has too much in the UWH Unholy Warrior Alliance. Here you can see 3.8 billion. I think that's the number 1 alliance in both World 3 and 4. So it's going to, there's just a lot of battle power there, a lot of troops, which is really important in global conquest. And here you can see just the sheer number of C-38s is insane. It goes all the way to 15 C-38s and then C-37 all the way down to, it just keeps going. So very strong. And here you can see the officer power. It's just, they're just leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the matchup of 269, 229, and 285. Here you can see this is going to be the tough thing to beat. So if you look at this, right, so there is some split between EOS and THW, but at UHW level, just look at the massive amount of BP. So they have a huge advantage in just a sheer number of troops. So that means that they can basically take these monsters and just kill the little cities or, occupy the power sources, or just if they're all coordinated, it's going to be really hard to defeat people with, this kind of officer power. So it's an uphill battle. And here you can see that their matchups, they've won everything that they've played. They really haven't had great difficult challenges in the sense that 273 was going through civil war. Now 293, 309, 270. These used to be strong worlds, but they just probably got bad matchups with 246. Got demoralized from round 1, and so it's hard to really compete. So if I go back to my my picks. It's essentially Group A, 261, it's going to be close. Group B, 249, very close. Group 3, 246, may not be that close, but we'll try to give it our best. Group 4, 219, very close. I think they'll eke out a win against 255. So those are my predictions. If you're watching this timely, then you can take this information for what you will. If maybe this will help you strategize if you're in one of those worlds for the actual battle. And then of course I'll do a final update and then see how close I am to picking this. That's it for my quick update. I did want to share one thing. There was a couple of updates about optimization. One thing that they changed that I do like, I wanted to show. The one of the optimizations that I noticed, and I didn't notice everything, is actually in your elite equipment facility. If you click on storage now, I used to be OCD in arranging all of these in such a way that you can see here that I don't have any of these purple ones here because I wanted them all aligned. Now they've actually changed the display to show all 6 colors. So I can actually now make purple and not have to be worried about the alignment and my OCD. And furthermore, it looks like they put the on top, they put the rare materials, the circuit board, power pump, console, and then put the more common materials at the bottom. So this is a good change. It's a very easy change for them to do, and I'm glad that they did it. So at least they're listening to something. So thank you, Camel, for doing that. Hopefully they've done something about the lag, especially since we're going to, a few of us are going to encounter that in the semifinals, those of us that made it. But just the lag and void and the getting kicked off is just pretty insane. And Global Conquest is just really bad. So that's it for my quick update. Good luck to you all that are in Global Conquest. If I've missed anyone or if I didn't pick you to win, please do not be offended. These are just my opinion. Doesn't mean anything. I'm wrong more times than I'm right. So, but regardless, best of luck to you. Hats off. Take care.